Are you ready to become the luckiest person you know? Lucky Person Syndrome, How to Become the Luckiest Human Alive, offers a detailed roadmap to creating your own luck. With easy-to-follow advice on cultivating gratitude, taking calculated risks, and embracing continuous learning, you'll find yourself creating opportunities rather than waiting for them. Learn how to identify and seize opportunities, foster meaningful relationships, and maintain a growth mindset. By incorporating acts of kindness, strategic planning, and intuitive decision-making into your daily routine, you'll pave the way for a life filled with success and happiness. Whether you're aiming for professional success or personal fulfillment, this guide provides the insights and tools you need to become incredibly lucky. Chapter 1. Understanding the Nature of Luck. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have all the luck in the world? You know the type. They win raffles, land dream jobs, and find love effortlessly. It's easy to dismiss their success as mere chance, but what if there's more to it? What if luck isn't just a roll of the dice, but a skill that can be cultivated and mastered? Luck has been a subject of fascination and debate for centuries. Traditionally, it's been viewed as a mystical force beyond our control, a cosmic game of chance where some are blessed while others are cursed. But modern interpretations challenge this passive perspective, suggesting that luck is less about chance and more about influence. Consider the story of Richard Wiseman, a psychologist who spent years studying the nature of luck. He found that lucky people weren't just fortunate, they were actively creating their own luck through their attitudes and behaviors. They were more open to opportunities, more resilient in the face of setbacks, and more positive in their outlook on life. This shift in perspective, from luck as chance to luck as a skill, opens up a world of possibilities. It suggests that we're not at the mercy of fate, but active participants in shaping our destiny. But how exactly does this work? How can our beliefs and actions influence seemingly random events? The answer lies in part in the fascinating world of cognitive biases. Our brains are constantly filtering and interpreting information, and our beliefs play a crucial role in this process. If we believe we're lucky, we're more likely to notice and seize opportunities that others might overlook. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Our belief in our luck actually makes us luckier. Take the case of Joan, a successful entrepreneur who attributes her success to her lucky breaks. But when we look closer, we see that Joan's luck is the result of her positive attitude, her willingness to take risks, and her ability to learn from failures. She's not just waiting for good things to happen, she's actively creating the conditions for success. As we delve deeper into the nature of luck, we'll explore how our perceptions shape our reality and how we can harness this knowledge to become luckier in every aspect of our lives. We'll examine the role of hard work and preparation and how they lay the foundation for lucky opportunities. But first, let's tackle a fundamental question. If luck can be influenced, how much of it is within our control? Is it possible to become so skilled at creating luck that success becomes almost inevitable? As we'll discover in the next chapter, the answer lies in understanding the delicate balance between chance and influence, and how we can tip the scales in our favor through diligence and preparation. Are you ready to unlock the secrets of the world's luckiest people? Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to Grow to the Top and activate notifications to receive more self-improvement tips that will supercharge your growth. Chapter 2. Hard Work and Preparation. Have you ever heard the saying, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity? This pearl of wisdom, often attributed to the Roman philosopher Seneca, encapsulates a fundamental truth about luck. It's not just about being in the right place at the right time, but about being ready when opportunity knocks. Consider the story of Thomas Edison, who famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison's success with the light bulb wasn't luck. It was the result of relentless hard work and preparation. Each failed attempt was a stepping stone, bringing him closer to his ultimate breakthrough. This chapter is all about laying the groundwork for luck. It's about understanding that while we can't control every circumstance, we can control our readiness to seize opportunities when they arise. It's about recognizing that what often looks like luck from the outside is actually the result of countless hours of unseen effort. So, how do we prepare ourselves to be lucky? It starts with diligence, the persistent, dedicated effort to improve and excel. This means developing our skills, continuously learning, and staying ahead of the curve in our chosen fields. It's about becoming so good at what we do that luck has no choice but to find us. Take the case of Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx. Before her billion-dollar idea, she spent 7 years selling fax machines door to door. During this time, she honed her sales skills, learned to handle rejection, and developed the resilience that would later prove crucial in her entrepreneurial journey. When the opportunity to start Spanx presented itself, she was ready. But preparation isn't just about developing skills. It's also about cultivating the right mindset. It's about training ourselves to spot opportunities that others might miss. This involves staying curious, being open to new ideas, and constantly questioning the status quo. It's about developing what Professor Carol Dweck calls a growth mindset, the belief that our abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. One effective technique for skill acquisition is the deliberate practice method, popularized by psychologist Anders Ericsson. This involves breaking down complex skills into smaller components, practicing them intensively, and seeking immediate feedback. By applying this method consistently, we can accelerate our learning and become experts in our fields faster. But what about those unexpected opportunities, the ones we couldn't possibly have prepared for? This is where the concept of general preparation comes in. By developing a broad base of knowledge and skills, we equip ourselves to handle a wide range of situations. It's about being adaptable, resourceful, and ready to pivot when necessary. Remember, luck favors the prepared mind. By putting in the hard work and staying prepared, we're not just waiting for luck to strike, we're actively creating the conditions for it to flourish. We're turning ourselves into luck magnets, attracting opportunities and success through our dedication and readiness. As we close this chapter, consider this. How prepared are you for your lucky break? Are you putting in the work necessary to excel in your field? Are you continuously learning and improving? Are you ready to seize unexpected opportunities? In the next chapter, we'll explore another crucial aspect of luck, the power of a positive mindset. We'll discover how our thoughts and beliefs can shape our reality and how cultivating optimism can attract more luck into our lives. Chapter 3. Cultivating a positive mindset. Imagine two people facing the same challenging situation. One sees it as an insurmountable obstacle, while the other views it as an exciting opportunity. Who do you think is more likely to succeed? Who do you think is more likely to be lucky? The power of positivity is not just a feel-good mantra. It's a scientifically proven factor in creating success and attracting good fortune. Our mindset, the way we interpret and respond to the world around us, plays a crucial role in shaping our experiences and outcomes. Consider the story of Walt Disney, who was fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination and having no good ideas. Instead of letting this setback crush his spirit, Disney chose to view it as an opportunity to pursue his true passion. His positive outlook in the face of adversity ultimately led to the creation of one of the most successful entertainment empires in history. But how exactly does optimism affect outcomes? Research shows that positive thinking expands our sense of possibility, enhances our problem-solving abilities, and increases our resilience in the face of challenges. When we approach life with optimism, we're more likely to notice and seize opportunities, persist in the face of obstacles, and bounce back from setbacks. One powerful technique for fostering a positive outlook is the practice of reframing. This involves consciously choosing to interpret situations in a more positive light. For example, instead of viewing a job loss as a catastrophe, we can reframe it as an opportunity to explore new career paths or start that business we've always dreamed of. Another crucial aspect of cultivating a positive mindset is understanding the concept of self-fulfilling prophecies. Our expectations have a powerful influence on our reality. If we believe we're unlucky, we're more likely to notice and remember negative events, reinforcing our belief. Conversely, if we expect good things to happen, we're more likely to spot and capitalize on opportunities. Take the case of John, who always considered himself unlucky in love. His negative expectations led him to approach dates with anxiety and pessimism, which in turn affected his behavior and the outcomes of his interactions. When John decided to change his mindset and approach dating with optimism and openness, he found that his experiences began to change dramatically. Gratitude is another powerful tool for cultivating a positive mindset. By regularly acknowledging and appreciating the good things in our lives, we train our brains to focus on the positive. This doesn't mean ignoring problems or challenges, but rather maintaining a balanced perspective that allows us to approach difficulties with resilience and hope. A simple yet effective gratitude practice is to start each day by listing 3 things you're grateful for. These can be big things like good health or small pleasures like a delicious cup of coffee. Over time, this practice can shift your default mode of thinking towards positivity and abundance. Speaking of abundance, adopting an abundance mindset is key to attracting luck and success. This involves moving away from a scarcity mentality, believing there's not enough to go around, towards a belief in infinite possibilities and opportunities. When we operate from a place of abundance, we're more likely to take risks, share our resources, and create win-win situations, all of which can lead to increased luck in our lives. As we conclude this chapter, take a moment to reflect on your current mindset. Are you naturally inclined towards optimism, or do you tend to focus on the negative? How might shifting your perspective impact your experiences and opportunities? Remember, cultivating a positive mindset is not about denying reality or ignoring challenges. It's about approaching life with hope, resilience, and an open heart. It's about choosing to see the glass as half full, even in difficult times. In the next chapter, we'll explore how this positive mindset can empower us to take risks and embrace opportunities. We'll discover how stepping out of our comfort zones and saying yes to new experiences can open doors we never knew existed. Chapter 4. Taking risks and embracing opportunities. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have all the luck? They land dream jobs, meet amazing partners, or stumble upon life-changing opportunities. The secret? They're not just lucky, they're risk takers. They understand that luck often disguises itself as an opportunity that requires courage to seize. Consider the story of Oprah Winfrey. When she was offered her own talk show, it was a risky move. She had to leave a secure job and venture into uncharted territory. But Oprah took the leap, and that decision changed not only her life, but the landscape of television. Her luck was the result of her courage to embrace a major opportunity when it presented itself. Taking risks is not about being reckless. It's about calculated courage, assessing the potential rewards against the possible downsides and making an informed decision. It's about understanding that the biggest risk in life might be not taking any risks at all. But how do we overcome the fear and uncertainty that often hold us back? One effective technique is to reframe our perception of failure. Instead of viewing failure as a devastating end, we can see it as a valuable learning experience. This shift in perspective can make us more willing to step out of our comfort zones and try new things. Being open-minded is another crucial aspect of attracting luck through risk-taking. When we approach life with curiosity and openness, we're more likely to spot opportunities that others might overlook. It's about saying yes more often, even to experiences that might seem unrelated to our goals. You never know where a new connection or a random event might lead. Take the case of Steve Jobs, who decided to drop in on a calligraphy class in college. At the time, it seemed irrelevant to his future. But years later, that knowledge played a crucial role in the design of the first Macintosh computer, setting Apple apart from its competitors. His openness to new experiences led to what many would call a lucky breakthrough. But embracing opportunities isn't just about personal gain. Acts of kindness and generosity can create ripple effects that come back to us in unexpected ways. When we help others without expecting anything in return, we're not only making the world a better place, we're also expanding our network and creating goodwill that can lead to future opportunities. Consider the story of Blake Mycoskie, founder of Tom's Shoes. His decision to give a pair of shoes to a child in need for every pair sold was not just an act of kindness, it became a powerful marketing strategy that set his company apart and led to tremendous success. His generosity created a wave of goodwill that translated into business success. Building a network through generosity is another way to create your own luck. When we freely share our knowledge, resources, and connections, we create a community of people who are invested in our success. This network can become a powerful source of opportunities, support, and lucky breaks. As we conclude this chapter, ask yourself, how often do you step out of your comfort zone? Are you open to new experiences and opportunities, even if they seem unrelated to your current goals? How can you incorporate more calculated risk-taking into your life? Remember, luck often favors the bold. By cultivating the courage to take risks and the openness to embrace opportunities, you're setting the stage for lucky events to unfold in your life. In the next chapter, we'll explore how resilience and learning from failure can further enhance our luck. We'll discover how setbacks, when approached with the right mindset, can become stepping stones to even greater success. Chapter 5: Resilience and Learning from Failure. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to bounce back from setbacks stronger than ever, while others crumble under the weight of failure? The difference often lies in their level of resilience, the ability to adapt and thrive in the face of adversity. But here's the exciting part. Resilience isn't just a trait you're born with. It's a skill that can be developed and strengthened over time. Consider the story of J.K. Rowling. Before becoming one of the world's most successful authors, she faced numerous rejections for her Harry Potter manuscript. She was a single mother living on welfare, battling depression. But instead of giving up, she persevered. Each rejection became a stepping stone, each setback a lesson. Her resilience in the face of adversity ultimately led to what many would call incredible luck. But was it really just luck? Building emotional resilience is like strengthening a muscle. It requires consistent effort and practice. One effective technique is the practice of reframing negative experiences. Instead of dwelling on the pain of failure, try asking yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this experience make me stronger? This shift in perspective can transform setbacks from roadblocks into valuable learning opportunities. Another powerful tool for building resilience is mindfulness meditation. By training our minds to stay present and observe our thoughts without judgment, we can develop greater emotional stability. This allows us to respond to challenges with clarity and composure, rather than reacting impulsively from a place of fear or frustration. But resilience isn't just about bouncing back, it's about bouncing forward. It's about using our failures as fuel for future success. This is where the concept of a growth mindset, developed by psychologist Carol Dweck, comes into play. People with a growth mindset believe that their abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. They see challenges as opportunities to learn and grow, rather than as threats to their self-worth. Take the case of Thomas Edison. When asked about his many failed attempts to create the light bulb, he famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This mindset allowed him to persist where others might have given up, ultimately leading to one of the most important inventions in human history. Adopting a growth mindset involves embracing challenges, persisting in the face of setbacks, seeing effort as a path to mastery, learning from criticism, and finding lessons and inspiration in the success of others. It's about understanding that our abilities are not fixed, but can be developed through dedication and hard work. One practical way to cultivate a growth mindset is to keep a failure resume. This is a document where you record your failures, what you learned from them, and how they contributed to your growth. This practice not only helps you extract valuable lessons from your setbacks, but also reminds you of your resilience and progress over time. Lifelong learning is another crucial aspect of resilience and success. In today's rapidly changing world, the ability to adapt and acquire new skills is more important than ever. By committing to continuous learning, we stay flexible and open to new opportunities. We become better equipped to navigate challenges and seize lucky breaks when they arise. As we conclude this chapter, reflect on your own relationship with failure and resilience. How do you typically respond to setbacks? Do you see them as devastating blows or as opportunities for growth? How can you strengthen your resilience muscle and cultivate a more growth-oriented mindset? Remember, resilience isn't about never falling, it's about always getting back up. By embracing failure as a teacher and committing to lifelong learning, we can turn our setbacks into setups for future success. In the next chapter, we'll explore the power of goal setting and strategic planning in creating our own luck. We'll discover how clear objectives and methodical planning can help us create the conditions for lucky opportunities to arise. Chapter 6: Goal Setting and Strategic Planning. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly achieve their dreams while others struggle to make progress? The secret often lies not in luck, but in their approach to goal setting and strategic planning. These lucky individuals understand that success doesn't just happen, it's carefully crafted through clear objectives and methodical action. Consider the story of Elon Musk. When he founded SpaceX, his goal was nothing short of revolutionizing space technology and enabling the colonization of Mars. To many, this seemed like an impossible dream, but Musk didn't rely on luck. He set clear, ambitious goals and meticulously planned each step towards achieving them. Today, SpaceX is at the forefront of space exploration, making what once seemed like science fiction a tangible reality. The power of clear goals cannot be overstated. When we have a vivid picture of what we want to achieve, our brains naturally begin to focus on opportunities and resources that can help us get there. It's like setting a destination in a GPS. Once we know where we're going, we can chart the most effective course to get there. One effective technique for goal setting is the SMART method. This acronym stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. By ensuring our goals meet these criteria, we transform vague wishes into concrete objectives that we can actively work towards. But setting goals is just the first step. The real magic happens when we combine our goals with the power of visualization. Athletes have long used visualization techniques to enhance their performance, and the same principle can be applied to any area of life. By vividly imagining ourselves achieving our goals, we prime our minds for success and increase our motivation to take action. Once we have clear goals in mind, the next step is strategic planning. This involves breaking down our big objectives into smaller, manageable steps. It's about creating a roadmap that guides us from where we are now to where we want to be. One effective tool for strategic planning is the backwards planning method. Start by imagining you've already achieved your goal, then work backwards to identify the steps that led to that success. This approach helps ensure that every action you take is directly contributing to your ultimate objective. But even the best-laid plans need to be flexible. The world is unpredictable, and opportunities often arise in unexpected ways. That's why it's crucial to regularly review and adjust our plans. This doesn't mean changing our goals on a whim, but rather being willing to adapt our strategies as we learn and grow. Prioritization is another key aspect of strategic planning. Not all actions are created equal. Some will have a much bigger impact on our progress than others. The Pareto principle, also known as the 80-20 rule, suggests that 80% of our results come from 20% of our efforts. By identifying and focusing on these high-impact activities, we can maximize our progress and create more opportunities for lucky breakthroughs. However, it's important to avoid common pitfalls in goal setting and planning. One such pitfall is setting goals that are too vague or unrealistic. Another is failing to account for potential obstacles or setbacks. By anticipating challenges and preparing contingency plans, we can maintain our momentum even when things don't go as expected. Remember, the purpose of goal setting and strategic planning isn't to predict the future with perfect accuracy. It's about creating a framework that allows us to make the most of our resources and opportunities. It's about increasing our chances of being in the right place at the right time. In other words, creating our own luck. As we conclude this chapter, take a moment to reflect on your own goals and plans. Are they clear and specific? Have you broken them down into actionable steps? Are you regularly reviewing and adjusting your strategies? Remember, luck favors the prepared mind. In the next chapter, we'll explore the power of relationships and networking in creating luck. We'll discover how building strong connections can open doors to opportunities we never imagined possible. Chapter 7, Building Strong Relationships and Networking. Have you ever heard the saying, "It's not what you know, but who you know"? While knowledge and skills are undoubtedly important, the power of strong relationships in creating luck cannot be overstated. The world's luckiest people understand that success is rarely a solo journey. It's a collaborative effort fueled by meaningful connections. Consider the story of Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. Their friendship and collaboration led to the creation of Apple, one of the most valuable companies in the world. Was it luck that brought these two brilliant minds together, or was it the result of actively cultivating relationships and being open to collaboration? Building a supportive network is like creating your own personal luck generator. When you surround yourself with diverse, talented individuals, you exponentially increase your access to opportunities, knowledge, and resources. Each person in your network becomes a potential source of lucky breaks. But networking isn't about collecting business cards or racking up LinkedIn connections. It's about fostering genuine, mutually beneficial relationships. It's about giving as much as you receive, if not more. The most successful networkers understand that true connection comes from a place of authenticity and generosity. One effective strategy for building strong relationships is the practice of adding value first. Instead of approaching networking with a "what's in it for me" mindset, focus on how you can help others. This could be through sharing your expertise, making introductions, or simply offering a listening ear. By consistently adding value to others' lives, you create a network of people who are invested in your success. Collaboration is another powerful tool for creating luck through relationships. When we work together, we can achieve far more than we ever could alone. We benefit from diverse perspectives, complementary skills, and shared resources. This collaborative approach often leads to innovative solutions and unexpected opportunities, what many would call lucky breaks. But building strong relationships isn't just about professional networking. Our personal relationships with family, friends, and community members also play a crucial role in our overall luck and success. These connections provide emotional support, different perspectives, and often unexpected opportunities. As we conclude this chapter, reflect on your own network. Are you actively nurturing your relationships? Are you approaching networking with a spirit of generosity? Remember, every person you meet is a potential door to new opportunities. By building strong, authentic relationships, you're creating a web of connections that can catch lucky breaks and propel you towards success. In the next chapter, we'll explore the fascinating concepts of synchronicity and serendipity and how being open to these phenomena can further enhance our luck. Chapter 8, Embracing Synchronicity and Serendipity. Have you ever experienced a moment when everything seemed to align perfectly, as if the universe was conspiring in your favor? These instances of meaningful coincidence, often referred to as synchronicity, can feel like strokes of incredible luck. But what if these moments aren't just random occurrences? What if we could learn to recognize and even invite more of these lucky alignments into our lives? The concept of synchronicity, introduced by psychologist Carl Jung, suggests that events are meaningful coincidences if they occur with no causal relationship, yet seem to be meaningfully related. While skeptics might dismiss these as mere chance, those who are open to synchronicity often find their lives filled with seemingly magical connections and opportunities. Consider the story of Paul McCartney, who came up with the melody for "Yesterday" in a dream. He woke up, played it on the piano, and was convinced he had heard it somewhere before. After asking around and finding no one who recognized it, he realized he had composed one of the most famous songs in history while asleep. Was this just luck, or was it an instance of synchronicity, McCartney's creative subconscious aligning with the perfect moment? To embrace synchronicity, we need to cultivate a state of openness and awareness. This involves paying attention to the subtle cues and connections in our environment. It's about being present in the moment and receptive to the unexpected. One way to enhance our ability to recognize synchronicity is through mindfulness practices. Meditation, for example, can help quiet the constant chatter of our minds, allowing us to tune into the subtle rhythms and patterns around us. By becoming more aware of our thoughts and surroundings, we become better equipped to notice meaningful coincidences when they occur. Closely related to synchronicity is the concept of serendipity, the occurrence of fortunate discoveries by accident. Embracing serendipity involves being open to new experiences and willing to explore the unknown. It's about saying yes to opportunities, even when the outcome is uncertain. Take the story of Alexander Fleming, who discovered penicillin by accident when he noticed that mold had contaminated one of his petri dishes and killed the bacteria he was studying. Fleming's willingness to investigate this unexpected occurrence led to one of the most important medical breakthroughs in history. His lucky discovery was the result of curiosity and openness to the unexpected. To invite more serendipity into our lives, we need to step out of our comfort zones regularly. This could mean taking a different route to work, striking up conversations with strangers, or trying new hobbies. By exposing ourselves to diverse experiences and perspectives, we increase the chances of stumbling upon unexpected opportunities. Intuition also plays a crucial role in recognizing and acting on synchronistic events. Often described as a gut feeling or a sixth sense, intuition is our subconscious mind processing information faster than our conscious mind can keep up. By learning to trust and follow our intuition, we can make decisions that align us with favorable circumstances, what many would call being in the right place at the right time. As we conclude this chapter, reflect on the role of synchronicity and serendipity in your own life. Have you experienced meaningful coincidences that led to positive outcomes? How open are you to unexpected opportunities? Remember, by cultivating awareness, embracing new experiences, and trusting your intuition, you can invite more of these lucky alignments into your life. In the next chapter, we'll explore the power of kindness and positive actions in creating luck. We'll discover how small acts of generosity can set off a chain reaction of positive events, leading to unexpected opportunities and success. Chapter 9. Practicing kindness and positive actions. Have you ever noticed how a single act of kindness can brighten your entire day? Now, imagine the cumulative effect of practicing kindness consistently. The world's luckiest people understand that kindness isn't just about making others feel good. It's a powerful force that can transform our own lives and create a cascade of positive opportunities. Consider the story of a young woman named Sarah, who made it a habit to buy coffee for the person behind her in line every morning. One day, the recipient of her kindness turned out to be the CEO of a company Sarah had always dreamed of working for. This chance encounter, sparked by a simple act of generosity, led to a job interview and eventually Sarah's dream position. Was this just a lucky coincidence, or the natural result of putting positive energy into the world? The kindness cycle is a powerful phenomenon. When we perform acts of kindness, we not only benefit the recipient, but also experience a boost in our own well-being. This positive energy radiates outward, influencing our interactions and attracting more positivity into our lives. It's a self-reinforcing cycle that can dramatically increase our luck over time. But how can we cultivate this positive energy consistently? One effective technique is the practice of loving kindness meditation. This involves focusing on feelings of love and compassion, first for ourselves, then for loved ones, and eventually for all beings. Regular practice can increase our capacity for empathy and kindness, making positive actions feel more natural and effortless. Another powerful practice is keeping a positivity journal. Each day, write down 3 positive things that happened and your role in making them happen. This not only helps you recognize the good in your life, but also reinforces your ability to create positive experiences. Mindful reactions are another key aspect of maintaining positive energy. When faced with challenges or negative situations, take a moment to breathe and choose your response consciously. By reacting with calm and kindness, even in difficult circumstances, we can turn potential conflicts into opportunities for connection and growth. Remember, the goal isn't to be positive all the time. That's neither realistic nor healthy. Instead, it's about cultivating a general orientation towards positivity and kindness while still acknowledging and processing negative emotions in a healthy way. As we conclude this chapter, reflect on the role of kindness and positive actions in your own life. How often do you perform random acts of kindness? How do you maintain a positive outlook in challenging situations? Remember, by consistently choosing kindness and positivity, you're not just making the world a better place, you're creating the conditions for more lucky opportunities to flow into your life. In the next chapter, we'll explore the transformative power of forgiveness and how it can clear the path for new opportunities and success. Chapter 10: Forgiveness and Moving Forward. Have you ever felt weighed down by resentment or anger towards someone who has wronged you? It's a heavy burden to carry, one that can cloud our judgment, drain our energy, and block the flow of positive opportunities in our lives. The world's luckiest people understand a profound truth. Forgiveness is not just a gift we give to others, but a powerful tool for our own liberation and success. Consider the story of Nelson Mandela. After spending 27 years in prison, he emerged not with bitterness and a desire for revenge, but with a message of forgiveness and reconciliation. This extraordinary act of forgiveness not only transformed South Africa, but also elevated Mandela to a position of global influence and respect. His luck in achieving such monumental success was intrinsically tied to his ability to forgive and move forward. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning harmful actions or forgetting what happened. Instead, it's about releasing the emotional hold that past grievances have on us. It's about choosing to free ourselves from the prison of resentment and opening ourselves up to new possibilities. One powerful technique for cultivating forgiveness is the practice of perspective taking. Try to put yourself in the shoes of the person who wronged you. What circumstances or experiences might have led to their actions? This doesn't excuse their behavior, but it can help us develop empathy and make forgiveness easier. Another effective approach is the empty chair technique. Imagine the person you need to forgive sitting in an empty chair across from you. Express your feelings to them, then switch chairs and respond as if you were them. This exercise can help you process your emotions and gain new insights into the situation. Forgiveness is not just about our relationships with others. It's also about forgiving ourselves. Self-forgiveness is crucial for moving past our own mistakes and failures. It allows us to learn from our experiences without being paralyzed by guilt or shame. As we let go of past grievances and practice self-forgiveness, we create space for inner peace. This state of inner calm is not only beneficial for our well-being, but also enhances our ability to recognize and seize opportunities. When we're not bogged down by negative emotions, we're more attuned to the positive possibilities around us. Mindfulness and meditation can be powerful tools for cultivating inner peace. These practices help us observe our thoughts and emotions without getting caught up in them, allowing us to respond to life's challenges with greater clarity and equanimity. As we move towards the conclusion of our journey, it's time to look to the future. Visioning exercises can be a powerful way to chart a path forward. Take some time to imagine your ideal future in vivid detail. What does it look like? How does it feel? By creating a clear vision of what we want, we're more likely to recognize and seize the opportunities that align with our goals. Remember, crafting a fulfilling life is an ongoing process. It's about continuous growth, adaptation, and a willingness to embrace new experiences. By integrating the principles we've explored throughout this book, from cultivating a positive mindset and taking calculated risks to building strong relationships and practicing forgiveness, you're well equipped to create your own luck and achieve extraordinary success. As we conclude this chapter in this book, take a moment to reflect on your journey. How has your understanding of luck evolved? What practices will you incorporate into your daily life to become luckier? Remember, luck isn't just about chance, it's about choice. It's about the choices we make every day to see the world through a lens of possibility, to treat others and ourselves with kindness, to persevere in the face of challenges, and to remain open to the wonderful surprises life has in store. You've now unlocked the secrets of the world's luckiest people. The power to create your own luck is in your hands. So go forth with confidence, embrace the unknown, and watch as the universe conspires in your favor. Your luckiest life is waiting. It's time to claim it. Conclusion: crafting your own luck. Congratulations! You've journeyed through the realms of positive thinking, risk-taking, resilience, goal-setting, relationship building, synchronicity, kindness, and forgiveness. You've uncovered the secrets of the world's luckiest people, and now it's time to put this knowledge into action. Remember, luck isn't a mystical force that favors some and neglects others. It's a skill that can be cultivated, a mindset that can be developed, and a way of life that can be embraced. By integrating the principles and practices we've explored, you're not just inviting more luck into your life, you're actively creating it. As a final gift for staying with us on this transformative journey, here's a powerful exercise to kickstart your luckiest life. The 30-Day Luck Challenge. For the next 30 days, commit to doing one thing from this book each day. It could be practicing gratitude, taking a calculated risk, reaching out to strengthen a relationship, performing a random act of kindness, or forgiving someone, including yourself. Keep a journal of your experiences and the lucky occurrences that follow. By the end of this challenge, you'll likely notice a shift in your perception and your experiences. You'll start seeing opportunities where you once saw obstacles. You'll find yourself in the right place at the right time more often. You'll feel more connected, more resilient, and more in tune with the flow of life. Remember, becoming luckier is not about waiting for good things to happen to you. It's about creating the conditions for good things to occur, recognizing opportunities when they arise, and having the courage to seize them. You now have the tools to become the luckiest person you know. The only question that remains is, are you ready to embrace your luckiest life? Thank you for joining me on this journey. May your path forward be filled with wonderful surprises, meaningful connections, and extraordinary success. Here's to your luckiest life. It starts now.